Hi, please meet Pere, founder of Modulate. He's a PPC and DTC expert with more than 10 years of experience and also a Next Meta team lead in charge of 25 markets. Peter, welcome.
Hello, team. Thanks, Dusan, for inviting me, and I'm so happy to be here.
So, when should an e-commerce brand start running PPC ads?
From my experience, sometimes you can run PPC ads even before you have your e-commerce brand. So there's quite a few ways to use PPC as a testing tool even before you decide which product to have on your store or not. Easy, create an ad, run PPC campaign even without the product. See if there is, enough people interested in the product. Send them email. Sorry, we are out of stock. Here you go, 10% discount for the next shop. You can always start with PPC. Sooner is better, always, but not before you have a few things settled on the website, starting from your product and offer, then to your website, quality of the website, and everything that we can consider that the website is optimized for conversion. And you also need to solve all the tracking and measurement of the website. So you, but also the platforms you're using, either Meta, Google, or any other PPC platform, can really understand your customer journey on the website and can optimize your campaigns towards best results. In most cases, we are talking about D2C, it's purchase on the website. So if you are coming from Amazon to D2C, for example, then you know if your product is fit for the market. How you can know that? First, you have a customer, then you have a repeated customers, then also you have a nice reviews on the Amazon store. So you know that you have a product that solves the problem for a customer, or in some other way, customers are happy with your product. Also, you need to find a way to present the product on your website or your landing page, which means most usually it means that you need to have, we call it sales landing page, with enough information needed for a customer to decide that they will try your product. What is happening in the last years, not only months, even decade, we have plenty products on the market for every industry. So you have from top quality to top copies from China. You can find anything now on the market. So why would the customer give your shop a chance? He will decide from your ads to your landing pages and to the whole pre-buy experience.
Could you tell us what is the average cost per acquisition or CPA across Google ads, Facebook ads, and what can an Amazon seller expect in 2025? So basically, how does that compare to Amazon?
Usually Google tend to be a bit more expensive for most of the products than Meta, except for products with a huge purchase journey. On Meta, let's say that the average for regular products were between 20, maybe $2, $28 per acquisition, while Google for the same similar products can be up to 35, maybe to 38. We expect prices to be higher in Q4 because all the holidays plus Temu is back in the USA market, which raised the CPMs on all platforms, Google and Meta mostly. On Amazon, CPC is $12 or $15, but on your DTC, you keep more money for yourself. But also, which is more important, you keep your customer for yourself. When you acquire a customer on Amazon, it's actually Amazon customer. They probably bought something before they came to Amazon to buy. When you acquire a customer from Meta on your website, first that customer didn't have intention to come on your shop and buy something. They were searching their friends on the holidays or whatever they were looking on social media, and then you show them the ad, but then you have that customer, and if you do thing right on D2C and have some post-buy nurturing of your customers and upsells via email and different channels, then it's much more valuable than any sale on Amazon.
Their CPA towards the whole customer lifetime value, not just with one purchase. In theory, you can even lose money on the first purchase as long as you make up on that difference on purchase number two, number three, and
Good e-commerce companies are now doing that. They're overly spending for the first purchase, but they know that in next 9 months that customer will spend more than on the long run. And now we see that more and more other performance advertisers like D2C, but switching to the model of long-term value of use.
yeah, this is probably very, very like a scary thought for any smaller merchant who doesn't have the data to support what's actually coming. What is the proper way to set up tracking on a shop for PPC campaigns? Earlier, you mentioned this is one of the most important things that a shop must do and actually lose some of the money that is coming to the table.
We are paying to platforms to bring a customer to our website, and depends on the part of the year, we can pay a huge amount of money for that customer or bunch of customers. So the thing is that we need to use maximum of those customers. And how we do it? We first do it as setting completely right tracking and measurement, and it has two purposes. First one is for us to understand what is happening on the website, so we can see who came from where, who bought, especially if you're using multi-channel approach. Google Meta are only two, you can use 10 channels. But even more important, the tracking is important for platforms to understand who is converting on what website. If you have Shopify, it's easy. If you have everything settled for every basic measurement which is necessary, you can do it with a few clicks. If you want something specific, I suggest using Google Tag Manager, and then you connect to Google Tag Manager, everything else, Google Analytics, Google Ads, Pixel, Meta, TikTok, everything else. So in the last 2 years, having a pixel only is not enough. So basically that means you have one old school setup of the pixel on the website, but also you have an API connection. The pixel will soon probably retire with the cookies. I don't know when, because Google is moving the deadline last few years, but it will happen sooner or later. And that's why they all solve it with server-to-server tracking. If if you have a multi-channel or omni-channel approach, you have 5+ platforms or channels, and you scale a lot, then we also suggest using additional tools for attribution, where you can attribute your purchases in the more fair way, let's say like that. TikTok doesn't bring you direct sales, but it will bring you users to the top of the funnel. And you can attribute maybe 10, 20% to TikTok in that case. But if you check the usual last click attribution that Google, for example, Analytics is using defaultly, you will see that TikTok didn't help at all. Additional tools will save you more money than you will spend on them. Gaming or mobile first companies, they have different platforms that are doing the same.
You want to try that channel because these customers are probably the most loyal customers you can have. How important is UGC for PPC and general marketing campaigns for e-commerces?
Last year, it was the top format for all your social media campaigns. Actually, the trend came from TikTok organic, which is, even crazier. So those videos that actually started before TikTok had advertising available in most of the countries are actually videos that then became a standard, industry standard for the D2C companies. But what changed this year, Meta announced one huge update. It's something called Meta Andromeda. It's actually the new algorithm that is actually connected all algorithms that Meta had for each purpose. One is for purchases, one is for video views. Now it's only one. You need to feed it with more different concepts than before, not only in terms of communication and hooks and everything else, but also in the formats. Clients now, without static ads, it's completely impossible to have a great results using only UGC.
Yeah, so the bar is getting higher and higher every year, basically.
But the technology also is getting more easier and easier. Find a way to find great hooks, great emotional hooks, and then the tools will do everything else.
Amazing. We live in amazing times with a lot of opportunities to all the people who are there to adjust. Thank you so much for all the answers and all the help.